Chapters 11 through 15 of the second book of the Kings, from the Young's Literal Translation. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Mark Penfold. Chapter 11. And Athaliah is mother of Ahaziah, and she hath seen that her son is dead, and she riseth and destroyeth all the seed of the kingdom. And Jehosheba, daughter of King Joram, sister of Ahaziah, taketh Joash, son of Ahaziah, and stealeth him out of the midst of the sons of the king, who are put to death, him and his nurse, in the inner part of the bedchambers. And they hide him from the presence of Athaliah, and he hath not been put to death. And he is with her in the house of Jehovah, hiding himself 6 years, and Athaliah is reigning over the land. And in the 7th year hath Jehoiada sent, and taketh the heads of the hundreds, of the executioners, and of the runners, and bringeth them in unto him to the house of Jehovah, and maketh with them a covenant, and causeth them to swear in the house of Jehovah, and showeth them the son of the king, and commandeth them, saying,
This is the thing that ye do. The 3rd of you are going in on the Sabbath, and keepers of the charge of the house of the king, and the 3rd is at the gate of Sur, and the 3rd at the gate behind the runners, and ye have kept the charge of the house pulled down. And 2 parts of you, all going out on the Sabbath, they have kept the charge of the house of Jehovah about the king. And ye have compassed the king round about, each with his weapons in his hand. And he who is coming unto the ranges is put to death. And be ye with the king in his going out, and in his coming in.
And the heads of the hundreds do according to all that Jehoiada the priest commanded, and take each his man going in on the Sabbath, with those going out on the Sabbath, and come in unto Jehoiada the priest. And the priest giveth to the heads of the hundreds the spears and the shields that King David had, that are in the house of Jehovah. And the runners stand, each with his weapons in his hand, from the right shoulder of the house unto the left shoulder of the house, by the altar and by the house, by the king round about. And he bringeth out the son of the king, and putteth on him the crown and the testimony, and they make him king, and anoint him, and smite the hand, and say, Let the king live. And Athaliah heareth the voice of the runners and of the people, and she cometh in unto the people to the house of Jehovah, and looketh, and lo, the king is standing by the altar, according to the ordinance, and the heads and the trumpets are by the king, and all the people of the land are rejoicing and blowing with trumpets. And Athaliah rendeth her garments, and calleth, Conspiracy! Conspiracy! And Jehoiada the priest commandeth the heads of the hundreds, inspectors of the force, and saith unto them,
Bring her out unto the outside of the ranges, and him who is going after her put to death by the sword.
For the priest had said,
Let her not be put to death in the house of Jehovah.
And they make for her sides, and she entereth the way of the entering in of the horses to the house of the king, and is put to death there. And Jehoiada maketh the covenant between Jehovah and the king and the people, to be for a people to Jehovah, and between the king and the people. And all the people of the land go into the house of Baal, and break it down. Its altars and its images they have thoroughly broken. And Mattan, priest of Baal, they have slain before the altars. And the priest setteth inspectors over the house of Jehovah, and taketh the heads of the hundreds, and the executioners, and the runners, and all the people of the land. And they bring down the king from the house of Jehovah, and come by the way of the gate of the runners to the house of the king, and he sitteth on the throne of the kings. And all the people of the land rejoice, and the city is quiet, and Athaliah they have put to death by the sword in the house of the king. A son of 7 years is Jehoash in his reigning. Chapter 12. In the 7th year of Jehu reigned hath Jehoash, and 40 years he hath reigned in Jerusalem, and the name of his mother is Zibiah of Beersheba. And Jehoash doth that which is right in the eyes of Jehovah all his days in which Jehoiada the priest directed him. Only the high places have not turned aside, still are the people sacrificing and making perfume in high places. And Jehoash saith unto the priests, All the money of the sanctified things that is brought into the house of Jehovah, the money of him who is passing over, each the money of his valuation, all the money that it goeth up on the heart of a man to bring into the house of Jehovah, do the priests take to them, each from his acquaintance, and they strengthen the breach of the house in all places where there is found a breach. And it cometh to pass, in the 23rd year of King Jehoash, the priests have not strengthened the breach of the house. And King Jehoash calleth to Jehoiada the priests, and to the priests, and saith unto them, Wherefore are ye not strengthening the breach of the house? And now receive no money from your acquaintances, but for the breach of the house give it. And the priests consent not to receive money from the people, nor to strengthen the breach of the house. And Jehoiada the priest taketh a chest, and pierceth a hole in its lid, and putteth it near the altar, on the right side, as one cometh into the house of Jehovah. And the priests keeping the threshold have put there all the money that is brought into the house of Jehovah. And it cometh to pass, at their seeing that the money is abundant in the chest, that there goeth up a scribe of the king and of the high priest, and they bind it up, and count the money that is found in the house of Jehovah, and have given the weighed money into the hands of those doing the work, those inspecting the house of Jehovah. And they bring it out to those working in the wood, and to builders who are working in the house of Jehovah, and to those repairing the wall, and to hewers of stone, and to buy wood and hewn stones to strengthen the breach of the house of Jehovah, and for all that goeth out on the house, to strengthen it. Only there is not made for the house of Jehovah basins of silver, snuffers, bowls, trumpets, any vessel of gold, and vessel of silver, out of the money that is brought into the house of Jehovah. For to those doing the work they give it, and they have strengthened with it the house of Jehovah, and they do not reckon with the men into whose hand they give the money to give to those doing the work, for in faithfulness they are dealing. The money of a trespass offering and the money of sin offerings is not brought into the house of Jehovah, for the priests it is. Then go up doth Hazael king of Aram, and fighteth against Gath, and captureth it, and Hazael setteth his face to go up against Jerusalem. And Jehoash king of Judah taketh all the sanctified things that Jehoshaphat and Jehoram and Ahaziah his fathers, kings of Judah, had sanctified, and his own sanctified things, and all the gold that is found in the treasures of the house of Jehovah and of the house of the king, and sendeth to Hazael king of Aram, and he goeth up from off Jerusalem. And the rest of the matters of Joash, and all that he did, are they not written on the book of the chronicles of the kings of Judah? And his servants rise and make a conspiracy, and smite Joash in the house of Millo that is going down to Silah. Yea, Jozachar son of Shemaath, and Jehozabad son of Shemer his servants have smitten him, and he dieth, and they bury him with his fathers in the city of David, and reign doth Amaziah his son in his stead. Chapter 13. In the 23rd year of Joash son of Ahaziah king of Judah, hath Jehoahaz son of Jehu reigned over Israel in Samaria 17 years. And he doth the evil thing in the eyes of Jehovah, and goeth after the sins of Jeroboam son of Nebat, that he caused Israel to sin. He turned not aside from it. And the anger of Jehovah burneth against Israel, and he giveth them into the hand of Hazael king of Aram, and into the hand of Benhadad son of Hazael, all the days. And Jehoahaz appeaseth the face of Jehovah, and Jehovah hearkeneth unto him, for he hath seen the oppression of Israel, for oppressed them hath the king of Aram. And Jehovah giveth to Israel a Saviour, and they go out from under the hand of Aram, and the sons of Israel dwell in their tents as heretofore. Only they have not turned aside from the sins of the house of Jeroboam, that he caused Israel to sin. Therein they walked, and also the shrine hath remained in Samaria. For he left not to Jehoahaz of the people except 50 horsemen, and 10 chariots, and 10,000 footmen. For the king of Aram hath destroyed them, and maketh them as dust for threshing. And the rest of the matters of Jehoahaz, and all that he did, and his might, are they not written on the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel? And Jehoahaz lieth with his fathers, and they bury him in Samaria, and reign doth Joash his son in his stead. In the 37th year of Joash king of Judah reigned hath Jehoash son of Jehoahaz over Israel in Samaria 16 years. And he doth the evil thing in the eyes of Jehovah. he hath not turned aside from all the sins of Jeroboam son of Nebat, that he caused Israel to sin, therein he walked. And the rest of the matters of Joash, and all that he did, and his might with which he fought with Amaziah king of Judah, are they not written on the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel? And Joash lieth with his fathers, and Jeroboam hath sat on his throne. And Joash is buried in Samaria with the kings of Israel. And Elisha hath been sick with his sickness in which he dieth, and come down unto him doth Joash king of Israel, and weepeth on his face, and saith, My father, the chariot of Israel, and its horsemen. And Elisha saith to him,
Take bow and arrows.
And he taketh unto him bow and arrows. And he saith to the king of Israel,
Place thy hand on the bow.
And he placeth his hand, and Elisha putteth his hands on the hands of the king, and saith,
Open the window eastward.
And he openeth, and Elisha saith,
Shoot.
And he shooteth, and he saith,
An arrow of salvation to Jehovah, and an arrow of salvation against Aram, and thou hast smitten Aram in Aphek till consuming.
And he saith,
Take the arrows.
And he taketh, and he saith to the king of Israel,
Smite to the earth.
And he smiteth 3 times, and stayeth. And the man of God is wroth against him, and saith,
By smiting 5 or 6 times, then thou hadst smitten Aram till consuming, and now 3 times thou dost smite Aram.
And Elisha dieth, and they bury him, and troops of Moab come into the land at the coming in of the year. And it cometh to pass, they are burying a man, and lo, they have seen the troop, and cast the man into the grave of Elisha. And the man goeth and cometh against the bones of Elisha, and liveth, and riseth on his feet. And Hazael king of Aram hath oppressed Israel all the days of Jehoahaz, and Jehovah doth favour them, and pity them, and turn unto them, for the sake of his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and hath not been willing to destroy them, nor to cast them from his presence as yet. And Hazael king of Aram dieth, and reign doth Benhadad his son in his stead. And Jehoash son of Jehoahaz turneth and taketh the cities out of the hand of Benhadad son of Hazael, that he had taken out of the hand of Jehoahaz his father in war. 3 times hath Joash smitten him, and he bringeth back the cities of Israel. Chapter 14. In the 2nd year of Joash son of Jehoahaz king of Israel, reigned hath Amaziah son of Joash king of Judah. A son of 25 years was he in his reigning, and 29 years he hath reigned in Jerusalem, and the name of his mother is Jehoaddan of Jerusalem. And he doth that which is right in the eyes of Jehovah, only not like David his father, according to all that Joash his father did he hath done, only the high places have not turned aside. Yet are the people sacrificing and making perfume in high places. And it cometh to pass, when the kingdom hath been strong in his hand, that he smiteth his servants, those smiting the king his father. And the sons of those smiting him he hath not put to death, as it is written in the book of the law of Moses that Jehovah commanded, saying, Fathers are not put to death for sons, and sons are not put to death for fathers, but each for his own sin is put to death. He hath smitten Edom in the valley of Salt, 10,000, and seized Selah in war, and one calleth its name Joktheel unto this day. Then hath Amaziah sent messengers unto Jehoash son of Jehoahaz, son of Jehu, king of Israel, saying,
Come, we look one another in the face.
And Jehoash king of Israel sendeth unto Amaziah king of Judah, saying,
The thorn that is in Lebanon hath sent unto the cedar that is in Lebanon, saying, Give thy daughter to my son for a wife. And pass by doth a beast of the field that is in Lebanon, and treadeth down the thorn. Thou hast certainly smitten Edom, and thy heart hath lifted thee up. Be honored, and abide in thy house. And why dost thou stir thyself up in evil, that thou hast fallen, thou and Judah with thee? And Amaziah hath not hearkened, and go up doth Jehoash king of Israel, and they look one another in the face, he and Amaziah king of Judah, in Beth Shemesh, that is Judah's. And Judah is smitten before Israel, and they flee each to his tent.
And Amaziah king of Judah, son of Jehoash, son of Ahaziah, caught hath Jehoash king of Israel in Beth Shemesh, and they come into Jerusalem, and he bursteth through the wall of Jerusalem, at the gate of Ephraim unto the gate of the corner, 400 cubits, and hath taken all the gold and the silver, and all the vessels that are found in the house of Jehovah, and in the treasures of the house of the king, and the sons of the pledges, and turneth back to Samaria. And the rest of the matters of Jehoash that he did, and his might, and how he fought with Amaziah king of Judah, are they not written on the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel? And Jehoash lieth with his fathers, and is buried in Samaria with the kings of Israel. And reign doth Jeroboam his son in his stead. And Amaziah son of Joash king of Judah liveth after the death of Jehoash son of Jehoahaz king of Israel 15 years. And the rest of the matters of Amaziah, are they not written on the book of the chronicles of the kings of Judah? And they make a conspiracy against him in Jerusalem, and he fleeth to Lachish, and they send after him to Lachish, and put him to death there, and lift him up on the horses, and he is buried in Jerusalem with his fathers in the city of David. And all the people of Judah take Azariah, and he is a son of 16 years, and cause him to reign instead of his father Amaziah. He hath built Elath, and bringeth it back to Judah after the lying of the king with his fathers. In the 15th year of Amaziah son of Joash king of Judah, reigned hath Jeroboam son of Joash king of Israel in Samaria 41 years. And he doth the evil thing in the eyes of Jehovah. He hath not turned aside from all the sins of Jeroboam son of Nebat, that he caused Israel to sin. He hath brought back the border of Israel, from the entering in of Hamath unto the sea of the desert, according to the word of Jehovah, God of Israel, that he spake by the hand of his servant Jonah son of Amittai the prophet, who is of Gath Hepher. For Jehovah hath seen the affliction of Israel, very bitter, and there is none restrained, and there is none left, and there is no helper to Israel. And Jehovah hath not spoken to blot out the name of Israel from under the heavens, and saveth them by the hand of Jeroboam son of Joash. And the rest of the matters of Jeroboam, and all that he did, and his might with which he fought, and with which he brought back Damascus and Hamath of Judah into Israel, are they not written on the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel? And Jeroboam lieth with his fathers, with the kings of Israel, and reign doth Zechariah his son in his stead. Chapter 15. In the 27th year of Jeroboam king of Israel, reigned hath Azariah son of Amaziah king of Judah. A son of 16 years was he in his reigning, and 52 years he hath reigned in Jerusalem, and the name of his mother is Jechaliah of Jerusalem. And he doth that which is right in the eyes of Jehovah, according to all that Amaziah his father did. Only the high places have not turned aside, yet are the people sacrificing and making perfume in high places. And Jehovah smiteth the king, and he is a leper unto the day of his death, and he dwelleth in a separate house, and Jotham son of the king is over the house, judging the people of the land. And the rest of the matters of Azariah, and all that he did, are they not written on the book of the chronicles of the kings of Judah? And Azariah lieth with his fathers, and they bury him with his fathers in the city of David, and reign doth Jotham his son in his stead. In the 38th year of Azariah king of Judah, reigned hath Zechariah son of Jeroboam over Israel in Samaria 6 months. And he doth the evil thing in the eyes of Jehovah, as did his fathers. He hath not turned aside from the sins of Jeroboam son of Nebat, that he caused Israel to sin. And Shallum son of Jabesh conspireth against him, and smiteth him before the people, and putteth him to death, and reigneth in his stead. And the rest of the matters of Zechariah, lo, they are written on the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel. It is the word of Jehovah that he spake unto Jehu, saying, Sons of the 4th generation do sit for thee on the throne of Israel. And it is so. Shallum son of Jabesh hath reigned in the 39th year of Uzziah king of Judah, and he reigneth a month of days in Samaria. And go up doth Menachem son of Gadi from Tirzah, and cometh into Samaria, and smiteth Shallum son of Jabesh in Samaria, and putteth him to death, and reigneth in his stead. And the rest of the matters of Shallum, and his conspiracy that he made, lo, they are written on the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel. Then doth Menachem smite Tiphsah and all who are in it, and its borders from Tirzah, for it opened not to him, and he smiteth it, all its pregnant women he hath ripped up. In the 39th year of Azariah king of Judah reigned hath Menachem son of Gadi over Israel 10 years in Samaria. And he doth the evil in the eyes of Jehovah. He hath not turned aside from the sins of Jeroboam son of Nebat, that he caused Israel to sin all his days. Pul king of Ashur hath come against the land, and Menachem giveth to Pul 1,000 talents of silver, for his hand being with him to strengthen the kingdom in his hand. And Menachem bringeth out the silver from Israel, from all the mighty men of wealth, to give to the king of Ashur, 50 shekels of silver for each one. And the king of Ashur turneth back, and hath not stayed there in the land. And the rest of the matters of Menachem, and all that he did, are they not written on the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel? And Menachem lieth with his fathers, and reign doth Pekahiah his son in his stead. In the 50th year of Azariah king of Judah hath Pekahiah son of Menachem reigned over Israel in Samaria 2 years. And he doth the evil thing in the eyes of Jehovah. He hath not turned aside from the sins of Jeroboam son of Nebat, that he caused Israel to sin. And Pekah son of Remaliah his captain doth conspire against him, and smiteth him in Samaria, in the high place of the house of the king, with Argob and Areah, and with him 50 men of the sons of the Gileadites, and he putteth him to death, and reigneth in his stead. And the rest of the matters of Pekahiah, and all that he did, lo, they are written on the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel. In the 52nd year of Azariah king of Judah reigned hath Pekah son of Remaliah over Israel in Samaria 20 years. And he doth the evil thing in the eyes of Jehovah. He hath not turned aside from the sins of Jeroboam son of Nebat, that he caused Israel to sin. In the days of Pekah king of Israel hath Tiglath-Pileser king of Ashur come, and taketh Ijon, and Abel-Beth-Maacah, and Genoa, and Kedesh, and Hazor, and Gilead, and Galilee, all the land of Naphtali, and removeth them to Ashur. And make a conspiracy doth Hoshea son of Elah against Pekah son of Remaliah, and smiteth him, and putteth him to death, and reigneth in his stead, in the 20th year of Jotham son of Uzziah. And the rest of the matters of Pekah, and all that he did, lo, they are written on the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel. In the 2nd year of Pekah son of Remaliah king of Israel reigned hath Jotham son of Uzziah king of Judah. A son of 25 years was he in his reigning, and 16 years he hath reigned in Jerusalem. And the name of his mother is Jerusha daughter of Zadok. And he doth that which is right in the eyes of Jehovah, according to all that Uzziah his father did he hath done. Only the high places have not turned aside, yet are the people sacrificing and making perfume in high places. He hath built the high gate of the house of Jehovah. And the rest of the matters of Jotham, and all that he did, are they not written on the book of the chronicles of the kings of Judah? In those days hath Jehovah begun to send against Judah Rezin king of Amram, and Pekah son of Remaliah. And Jotham lieth with his fathers, and is buried with his fathers, in the city of David his father, and reign doth Ahaz his son in his stead. The end of chapters 11 through 15. Recording by Mark Penfold.